Hello again. We're back here to a new bottle this weekend. We are in Tuscany today, in Bulgaria specifically. So we're having a Grattamaco, the maker is Grattamaco, Bulgari Superiore l'Alberello. And I'll talk a little bit more about this. This is a 2013. So, we're going out to an Italian restaurant tonight, and it's really silly, I know, but at least it's an excuse to focus on trying to drink or open up a bottle of Italian wine from the cellar. So it's just kind of this is only the only association. It doesn't really have to go that Italian food, go to Italian wine and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, it's a good prodding, if you want, a reminder to do that. So anyway, Bulgaria, as you may know, is in Tuscany. It's sort of on the coast, closer to the coast, on the west side of Italy, and this is where the SuperTuscans were born as a practice, sort of into the end of the last century, with these makers planting more like of the French grapes, if you want, the Cabernet Sauvignon, the Merlot, Cabernet Franc, some Syrah, and making wine that is sort of close to a Bordeaux blend, if you want, but being made in Tuscany. Now, it doesn't have to. It's not necessarily always a Bordeaux blend. You've got some that have Sangiovese in it, some that don't. So there's a little bit of everything. In any case, this maker, Grattamaco, is sort of an under the radar, very high quality guys. The nominal price on a lot of these bottles is very high, but they're often on sale, so you can really get a good deal. And they make two Bulgaris. One is just called Bulgari Superiore, and this is the Bulgari Superiore l'Alberello. The difference is really the blend. The Bulgari Superiore, which is even more expensive, it's basically Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and Sangiovese. This is 70% Cabernet Sauvignon, about 25% Cabernet Franc, and 5% Petit Verdot. So totally different blend. They're both very good. You would find both in the stores, and they do tend to go on sale. I don't know why. And it's right next door to Sassicaia, the property. So, the terroir is probably pretty good too. It's on one of the hill. There's not a lot of hilly terrain because you're closer sort of to the plain that goes to the coast. So this one happens to be a few hundred feet off the floor, so to speak. And so they benefit from some of all that kind of stuff. Now, 2012, 2013 were pretty good years in Tuscany, not off the chart, and also in Piedmont as well. But you have some really good wines coming out of those years. And I've had a 2013 before that I really enjoyed. So I figured this one we'll enjoy together, and maybe we'll have some good things to say. Anyway, just open the bottle. Let's see what we have. On the color, this is really very Bordeaux-like. Again, remember, this is 70% Cabernet Sauvignon. So you see all the characteristics of, and it's 25 Cabernet Franc. So you've got that color, the deep color, a little bit of that purple, sort of Cabernet Sauvignon, and it's reasonably alcoholic, but not in a way. It's 14.5% alcohol, but you'd expect that these days from just about everybody. On the nose, it's interesting because you do get that Cabernet Sauvignon, which is so strong, let's say in a California Napa wine or whatever, but there was also some like green, not green, like bell peppers, when I first opened it, which to me is not great, but I think that sort of melds into the rest of the thing. There's a little bit of that, sort of gaminess, but maybe more like of a mushroom. And I think this is the stage you're getting into after, 8, 9 years of age. And there's a little bit of that olive you'd expect, from the Mediterranean coast. So you've got sort of an interesting mix, again, the Cabernet Sauvignon mixed in with the bell peppers and the olive. It's kind of an interesting, I would say Mediterranean sort of Cabernet. feel. You do have a little bit of the alcohol on a whiff of that, but not too much. And it's opening up again. This is maybe unfair because I just opened it, but you know, here we are. Wow. I do get some floral accent in the mouth, which is very unusual. But oh, the balance, the smoothness, it's just velvety. And I remember that from the first one I had. It really was very, very impressive. It's just such a high quality. It's like you're having a very high quality Bordeaux, but it's with a little bit of a zing to it because it's got that, you know, it's pretty high Cabernet Franc. Although that kind of maybe like a Saint Estèphe or something like that. But it's powerful, but it's smooth. It's, you know, expressive. It doesn't have any sort of sharp angles. Very balanced. It's got the bell peppers have turned into something a little bit more peppery, like as you would imagine, you know, sort of more of a spice. Very Cabernet, but you know, again, that mix of fruit and earthiness, a little bit of that olive and spice from the Mediterranean coast. Overall, incredibly well balanced. I mean, I think that's the one thing I get that I think is the most striking thing. It's just very balanced. You start to have to think about sort of separating all the pieces because it really comes together very nicely. And maybe you shouldn't really make an effort to separate the pieces. Just enjoy it as it is. Anyway, have a good weekend and see you soon.